Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first game of Fatal Familiar on Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Shadow, and I will be the narrator for this game. They say it started in the early 2020s. It was trivial things like sightings of urban legends, hauntings, UFOs, and the like. These were on the rise, and social media became flooded with video footage of the sightings. Then in 2029, they became real to the public. They're called figments. Imagination come to life and able to affect reality. The floodgates were open and the war for survival began. You thought war between nuclear powers would be bad? This is a war between reality and imagination. Both the best and the worst come to life. To say humanity was losing would be a vast understatement. That is until the source of the figment's very existence was finally discovered. A substance undetectable by normal means. The scientist who discovered it called it ether. Once this was discovered, it was soon followed that very rare individuals could directly control these figments. Called freaks, those rare individuals are able to directly interact with figments, able to hunt them, capture them, control them, and even summon them. This turned the tide, and soon the war became a stalemate. When the truce was finally called, the world had become a wasteland of ether-soaked landscape. The few places of sanctuary were the remains of the greater cities. It was in these ruins that humanity began to rebuild. Dubbed elsewheres, these cities would become gleaming metropolises of corporate control with figments walled off from entering. Figment cities, dubbed Toontowns, they were left to their own devices. And straddling the two are the fragments. Humans so ether-soaked they have become part of Figment themselves. The wastelands outside these cities are the Shadowlands, where human, fragment, and figment alike are loath to go, where these ever-shifting landscapes are subject to the whim of those who travel them, and can change with a moment's notice as the collective unconsciousness of the world is stronger than the individual. This is the world that our players have been born into. Whatever they call themselves, hunter, shaman, spirit caller, dog catcher, the fact is, they are freaks. Welcome, players, to the hunt. Welcome to the Shadowlands. And welcome to our audience. I'm going to go ahead and start off with our introductions with our players. And I'm going to go from my top to bottom. So, Sans, you're first.
Yay, let's go. All right. Hi, my name is Sans. I'll be playing Crimson Rave and Eric Spark. If you want to find me, I'm over on YouTube at Tangor Productions, and I'm over on Twitch at the same name. I'm also working with the Scarred Adventurer on many, many things that will eventually come out. If you want to see me here on other nights, I am here on Tuesday as Magic. You can find me running the Fool's Gold campaign on Thursday night, and on Sunday playing Lily O'Connell. And that is it for me.
Thank you so much. Next, we'll go to Hellhounds.
Hi. It's been some time since I've played for you, Shadow.
It has been, but
Yeah.
here we are again.
It's also been some time since I've played on this channel. Usually I'm producing these days. But hello, I am Hellhounds20. I can't say a PNG tuber anymore. Oh my gods. I'm not a PNG tuber anymore. I'm an actual VTuber now. Yay. But I am a dungeon master. I am a gamer. I'm an artist. I stream whatever the hell I want. Yeah, my links are now in the chat. I don't know what else to say. Besides, I produce 2 shows for you guys, and the 2 people I produce for are in this call.
We'll let them figure out what to do from there. All right. Next, Scarred.
Hello, I am the Scarred Adventurer. I am, if I'm not here on Tuesdays as Red Death or Lancelot, or today as Thane and or Samson, Thursdays, as I'm going to bring that up later. Sundays, as the narrator of Vess and the Devil You Know. And pretty much, if I'm not here on any of those days, I'm usually working with Tango Productions to create stuff. And I'm looking forward to doing it, to bringing it out. Most of my stuff's already been talked about. I don't have a lot to say. But I am greatly looking forward to this, and I am excited for everyone to see us and to play these new characters.
All right. Tooth.
Hi, I'm Ruth. I This never goes smoothly for me. Hi, I'm Ruth. Today I am here as Maeve. You can also find me on Tuesdays as Exit and Sundays, not Saturdays, as Anya. Outside of this, I'm just trying my best. That's all I got.
All right. I also like to thank our producer tonight, Mudkip. Thank you so much. All right. Fatal Familiar is a game by MC Griffin. Can be found on mcgriffin.itch.io/fatalfamiliar and also Amazon. Our background art has been provided through the media package by MC Griffin, and I would like to thank our artists. I'm not sure who has done us up tonight, but I know that our character art tonight has been done by Hellshound and by Scarred Adventurer. And if I'm reading our guest list correctly, I believe our author is in the audience tonight. So thank you, MC, for joining us. All right, shall we get started? Our story starts, as many do, in the middle of an elsewhere, specifically the elsewhere of Seattle. Walls have been erected to the south through White Center and was what was once shoreline, creating a gleaming metropolis of rising towers and crystalline structures, seeming to hold the very clouds themselves into the sky like a modern day atlas. South of White Center and north of shoreline, lands are nothing but ruins where those who are deemed unworthy of the citizens of the elsewhere scratch out their livings. To the west, across the Puget Sound, the land has returned to coastal wetlands. The buildings of these civilizations there now nothing more than ancient bones rising up out of the waters and earth. To the east, the forests, once nearly destroyed in the greed to take them down and make materials, have regrown, repopulated. Just east of the elsewhere, on Washington Lake, where once sat Mercer Island, is now the Toontown of Mercy, where the registered Toons are allowed to cross the bridge back and forth, but loath to the ones who try to get into the elsewhere unbidden. East of Mercy, on the land, sits the Yonder of Bellevue. Bellevue is a community not beholden to the elsewhere, where humans, or normies as they are called, figments and fragments, do their best to get along as a community. Just north of the Mercy Bridge in Bellevue, sitting on the shore, is the gleaming high-rise of the Lucky Strike Casino and Apartments. Within this casino, you find Crimson Rave wandering the floor, waiting for her next show.
So Crimson is currently wearing her signature domino mask, which is almost a greenish blue. Black t-shirt, a blue jacket with red and white kind of shoulders, jeans, a very much baggy, what do you call it, belt, and black combat boots. With her hair a little bit styled like mine, a little bit longer though.
As Crimson sits at the bar to order a drink, she's very shortly joined by another regular within the casino and somewhat of Crimson's drinking buddy, Maeve.
Huh.
Caught you unawares.
Hmm?
Caught you unawares. Would you like
Yeah.
to describe yourself, Maeve?
Sorry, I missed that.
Would you like to describe yourself?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, Maeve has this black tank top on that kind of bit longer at the front, black jeans with just a brown leather belt and tall black boots, green hair pulled up into a ponytail with little bits coming down, framing her face. And she has a neat back tattoo that is hard to describe for me personally. Missing description. I think that's about it. She's got like very pale, like very light amber gray eyes.
As they begin having their conversation and enjoying their drinks, nearby, a small figure approaches Crimson Rave, obviously very familiar, but still a bit shy. Did he?
Sorry, I've been kind of dying over here when you almost call it pungent sound. I wouldn't blame you. There's quite a few people that call it that. I was not expecting us to be in my. I was not expecting us to be in my home turf.
I thought you'd
No.
be by that.
No, I'm very amused by that. No, Diddy is this. I would say they're like, wow, what is it with me and these small characters? Like roughly 2 to 3 feet tall. As per usual, they have large claws on their hands that look like they're made for climbing trees with ease. They have a very fluffy white tail that goes up along their back into a mane with 3 red horns and big round ears. They have the exact same color as a pine tree, but with red streaks, like they might have gotten into a little bit of flower petals, like something got squished on them. They have black eyes, and when they close their eyes, their eyelids have like the moth effect, but they're bright red. So they have these bright red false eyes when they close theirs. They don't really say much when they join these two. Just climb up onto a stool and just sit.
Crimson would offer help, kind of like how she always does.
All right.
They'll accept that.
As the conversation continues, you pair and are what should we call you? I don't want to call you a thing.
Me?
Yes, Diddy.
Everything likes to call them a cryptid.
Okay, and our cryptid. So as our pair and the cryptid sit at the bar, two, discussing current events, daily chit chat. The group is approached by another figure. Thane?
So, to the average observer, Thane is a scary looking dude. He doesn't dress very he doesn't dress in a way that looks really intimidating, but he doesn't have to. He's covered in terrible scars, even cutting through his auburn hair and beard, with piercing blue eyes. There's a little 42 tattooed on his on the left side of his neck, and he dresses still fairly plainly. You know, shirt, jeans, leather boots, and collared shirt to go over top of the t-shirts. What walks with him, though, can Samson be walking with him at this point, or
You're in the yonder, so it's not uncommon to see figments and freaks together.
okay? Then with him is a large, and Thane is in no way a small person. He's about 6'6". But Thane is followed by a towering figure with large horns, 3 red eyes, and teeth and a mouth that looks more like it's several teeth all put together than any sort of lips or other kind of mouth. Walking forward, the only clothing this purple figure wears is a pair of shorts to cover up his necessities. But they don't seem to go very far. The shorts go to about his knees, and then his knees go back to digitrade leg, and then his below are digitrade legs, a very long tail, and claw-like hands as he's walking next to Thane. The pair not having to speak, but knowing what each other are thinking.
Thane, you've come into the casino looking for Maeve because at your apartment nearby, you received a message from one of your contacts. There is an individual near the 520 bridge, or what used to be the 520 bridge, looking for individuals to help with a Wetworks project.
Wetworks?
Wetworks project.
Nice.
Now, for hunters, that means something dangerous with possible pigment infestations. So, potential for bounty and captures. All you know is the contact's name is Bucket, and you'll find him at a seafood place near the bridge called the Chum Shack.
From the description he's gotten of the job so far, does this seem like something just he and Maeve can take care of?
Hard to tell from the information you've been given because it doesn't tell you anything about it other than that this individual is looking for a team to do the project.
Okay.
No other details.
So Thane will walk over to Maeve, kind of just tap a shoulder. And very not in a very loud voice and not in a quiet voice. It's just the kind of voice that you would have a normal conversation in to make, but enough so that no one else is really paying attention. Something that you're talking about the weather to that extent when you're talking about something more sensitive than that. We have a job. 520 Bridge, Wetworks project. Our contact is Bucket. We may
Got
need
it.
help, but I'm not really well liked in this community. I'll leave that to you. I'll meet you back at the apartment.
Sounds good. I'll bring reinforcements if reinforcements are so inclined to join us.
Sounds good. And without giving the other two very much mind, because he doesn't know them very well, if at all, really, he heads back to the apartment.
Maeve?
Maeve kind of just turns in her chair to face the other two. Do you guys want to come for a job? Could be eventful, could be pretty fun. Could be dangerous. If you're into that. Not in like a loud voice, but as Scarred described, just trying not to
Draw attention.
speak so loud that the people I don't want to listen aren't listening.
Crimson not knowing who this is. Looks to Maeve and let me go tell backstage that I'm gonna go out for the afternoon. I'll go
Alright.
grab Eric too.
Sounds good.
It's nap time, as you know.
Yeah.
So does Maeve then leave to go meet Thane? Or are you going to follow Crimson?
Think.
Or just sit and have another drink?
Just quickly. Maeve will text the meeting place and head to the apartment.
Got it. So, Crimson, you want to describe going to get Eric and what Eric is?
She'll also kind of look over to Diddy. You want to go get Eric?
I'm still debating if Diddy is going to be yet another silent character, or if I had to pull out a voice. I'm going to have them be silent for now because I just got out of being sick.
Oh, it's fine.
So Crimson is not God, Crimson. Fuck. Diddy is cupping a glass with her large claws so they don't break it. They just set the glass on the table, they flick an ear, climb off the chair and start walking over to where Eric is.
Yeah, so they'll walk it like back behind the stage, like up and just go into her dressing room and pick up effectively the same size as Diddy, a dragonoid-esque creature with orange horns, orange wings, and orange like tips, but he's mostly purple with a pink tummy. And he's currently like sleeping like a dog on his back, kicking his leg.
Oh my god.
How are you wakening him up, Diddy?
Diddy is going to walk over, and unlike a human seeing a dog sleep, they're just going to be very gentle waking up. No, Diddy puts their hands on them and just pushes them out of their bed.
Yeah, they absolutely fall, hit the ground, and just kind of wake up with a start and
oh, what are we doing today?
Diddy's going to look back at Crimson.
we gotta. Maeve asked us to help with the job.
Woo, let's go.
Climbs up Crimson's leg, up her back, to sit on her shoulder.
Yep, and Diddy's already starting to walk out.
All right.
But making sure to like look over their shoulder and make sure Crimson and Eric are following.
Maeve, while that is going on, do me a favor and roll a perception check, please. This will be a dice 6 plus your perception.
4.
On your way out, you just do a glance around the casino floor. Your typical crowd of, mixture of fragments, figments, normies, even some of the stuck up elsewhere types coming across to mix with the other crowd. You catch a glimpse of the casino's floor manager, a 3-foot tall anthropomorphic black cat wearing a black tuxedo, walking with a gentleman's cane. They nod your direction as they notice you and continue walking past. You know this individual's name is Jinxie and is one of the casino owner's familiars.
I nod back and give a little wave. Like a
And then on your way out to meet Vane.
Mhm.
And
on the way to the apartment.
The directions you gave Crimson, was that to the meeting place or to your apartment?
The meeting place.
Okay. So Crimson, you have directions to the Chum Shack by the 502 bridge.
And just wait for us to get there.
Sorry, 520. Had the right numbers, wrong order. All right. So you go to the apartment and meet up with Fane.
They're gonna meet us at the bridge.
All right. Is there anything you need to grab? I've just got my stuff.
One thing. And she just quickly grabs her deck of cards, puts them in her pocket. Forgot these earlier.
Yeah, don't want to go anywhere without those.
Nope.
As they begin to leave the apartment, Fane, just before exiting the door, goes to what he's referred to as the friendship table, where his knife is sticking out, handle in the air. He grabs it, puts it into his belt, and then closes and locks the door. And also thinks about how rent is coming up soon.
Yeah, and Donella does not like rent being late. Donella Laughlin, owner of the Lucky Strike and the adjoining apartments.
Yep. And Fane wouldn't be nearly as concerned. But sometimes Lady Luck calls people. And he doesn't want to be late on rent because of that again.
Lady Luck calls on people and has 3 familiar enforcers to help her.
Yep. Just want to have to get into another fist fight over that. Anyways, he starts heading over to the meeting spot with Maeve.
All right.
It's funny because Maeve is the shortest one, even though she's like 5'8" with her boots.
Samson is somewhere. He's likely going ahead.
Well, you don't want to be on vehicles, do you?
I do. Well, I have a point in vehicles, yeah.
Well, that means you know how to drive, but if I remember correctly, you don't have a vehicle in your gear yet.
No, I don't.
All right. So the bus ride to the 520 bridge doesn't take overly long, about an hour and a half. All those stops and starts and people getting on and individuals getting off.
It's like I'm there. Sorry.
Welcome to the Seattle area, everybody.
Crimson, are you public transport as well?
Oh yeah.
All right. So about an hour and a half later, the group of you disembark the buses and are standing in front of, you wouldn't exactly describe it as ramshackle, but the building has seen better days. It looks like somebody turned an old dockside bait shop into a fast food seafood place. Kind of like Silver's, but
Or Ivers.
a bit dingier.
That's like, that's very normal over there. Yeah.
Even from the bus stop, you can smell the hot oil and old fish.
Oh God, no, I can actually smell that. It's making me hungry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna keep pointing out shit about the Seattle area. I'm gonna be the problem.
Oh, you won't be the problem for long. Anyways.
I knew when I picked the location, Hellsound, that I would have you as my peanut gallery as well. So
Yeah.
it's in the script. So
I've never seen a US.
I've seen very little US.
I've never left Canada.
Ah.
oh, you poor summer children.
Oh, I saw Japan. That's something else.
Well, no, and I know that you've been outside of Canada, so
I have
All
not
right.
gone further than Colorado. Anyway,
what do the four of you do?
Fane is kind of taking the lead and just opening the door to go into the
Maeve, kind of
Sure.
walking next to him, realizes I won't be able to fit through this door, like at the same time. So
Crimson's trying to beat them both.
Diddy is like once that door is open, Diddy's gone. They're in there.
You know, Fane's just gonna hold the door open for people and wait for them to go through. He does not like this pissing contest so far.
The thing is, you open the glass door with the push-pull bar. The smell of deep fried, battered seafood just washes over you. And you can definitely tell that oil probably hasn't been changed since the store opened. You look around the lobby of the place, and it's pretty easy to tell who Bucket is. They are the only individual in the lobby, sitting at a corner booth with looks like 3 orders of the supersized seafood special. Bucket is a very grizzled individual. You can tell that they have seen better days. He sits there in a stained t-shirt with a pair of old faded fatigue pants and shirt, just slowly munching away at his meal as he eyeballs your group coming in.
I'm assuming we all go to sit down at the corner booth. I'm not going to say who goes first because everyone's going to go, I go first. Just
I'm gonna wait for the 2 who were racing in before to see if they want to sit first.
If they want the food that's there.
Maeve kind of just patiently waits.
Crimson seeing food, just it's an automatic like, I'm not sitting down at this table because I'm not eating a single thing here.
Are you then all just standing in the doorway, or?
No,
I
Diddy
walk
is
over to the
going.
table.
Diddy is going to the table, under the table, and then climbing up onto a seat. And they're just
Oh.
gonna sit there quietly.
Diddy, as you go under the table, you realize you're not the only individual under the table. underneath the table with you is a figment, roughly about 2.5, maybe 3 feet in height. That looks like somebody combined a hunched over old man with some kind of earthworm. And they're just eyeing you as you go underneath the table with them.
Did he just kind of gives them a look and a nod like of hello, and then climbs up, trying not to damage the seats of their claws.
As you pass by the figment kind of moves in between the legs of the individual sitting there, like they're using the legs as a shelter as you go by them. Maeve, you approach the table. The individual who you now know is Bucket. You the hunters.
We are.
Have a seat. Sit down.
Just gonna sit next to Diddy.
Crimson will sit next to Maeve.
And Fane will look at the table and go, "There is not enough room for me to sit here, is there?"
If it's a
Actually,
corner-
there is.
If it's
Oh,
a
great.
corner booth, it's going to be one of those wraparound booths, not like two on each
Yeah.
side.
Oh, fantastic. Then Fane essentially sits at the edge of the booth.
Alrighty.
Samson is outside.
Oh, Eric is right on the shoulder.
As you sit down, please have some.
I imagine that like the camera is from everybody else's point of view and it's locked on the guy, and you just see Diddy's claw reach into view, hook for the meals, and drag it over to where they're sitting.
All three or just one?
Just one.
Yeah, Fane's going to grab one as well.
Hey man, I was raised not to be picky about my food. I like stale food.
Look, Fane is not going to turn down free meal.
That is also fair.
Neither will Maeve.
So, what do you know about lunar pearls?
What do we know about lunar pearls?
Make me a knowledge check.
May I as well?
Yep.
What type of dice?
Dice 6 plus your
D6.
knowledge. Yeah, everything will be D6.
That's a 5 plus 2. That's a 7.
I got a 3.
That's a 6.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1
Wait, this is a D6 plus what?
plus your knowledge.
Plus your knowledge.
Well, Crimson, give yourself a token.
Do I do that?
Token.
Mark it on your sheet that you have a struggle token.
Yay.
Struggle token.
Investigation?
Yeah, no, not investigation. Knowledge, please.
That's not on my sheet.
Yeah, that wasn't on mine.
Knowledge? It goes
Oh, I have
a
combat gear,
2.
psychic, strength, agility, fortitude, perception, charisma, knowledge,
Knowledge
Oh,
should
stealth,
be
strength is
investigation,
strength.
vehicles,
There
Yeah,
is
mounts,
no
and
knowledge.
dexterity.
that's an error on my part when I created the sheets. I think knowledge got skipped by accident. It's supposed to be between stealth and investigation.
Oh. Shit.
This is where having a printed out sheet is nice.
Isn't it between stealth and charisma?
Yeah, but we're
Yes.
Yeah,
using the
sorry,
sheets
stealth
that
and
he made.
Yeah, no, and there was an error on the table. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I haven't had time to print it out yet.
Here,
Yes,
So-
I'm not rubbing anything in. I'm just
so at this point your knowledge would be just 0 since it's a default. And Crimson, you don't have to worry about it because you rolled a natural 1, which is an automatic failure, but gives you the struggle token.
Okay.
Maeve, I'm sorry, you got a 7?
Yeah, I rolled a 5 and I have 2.
Okay, so you got a 7. Bane got a 3. And Diddy,
I got a 6.
6. All right. So starting with Fane. Fane, you've heard of lunar pearls, but you're not entirely sure what they are. To the best of your knowledge, they are a fictional item that Figments and Fragments talk about, but you're not sure what they are. Diddy? Lunar pearls are said to be solidified ether. Literally the size of a peach or larger, and have a very high value, especially amongst the corporations. Maeve, you're aware of this as well. You are also aware that, according to these studies, the source of lunar pearls is where they get their name. It is said that they are pieces of the moon that have separated and fallen to the earth as ether. And wherever they land, they create large craters where figments spring to life spontaneously.
She's going to relay her knowledge back to Bucket so that everyone else also knows it.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Diddy's way of relaying it is tapping their chest where their heart is.
Let me give you a little bit more information. You are right. The lunar pearl is solidified ether. And yes, the corpse will pay handsomely to get their hands on one. Because, well, as you can imagine, in the hands of a freak, the power of the familiar they could generate. I happen to have a map to one that has recently fallen. I'm looking for a crew to help me recover it. Your pay
Sounds
would
like fun.
your pay would be an equal split of the profit.
For something like this, we'd want at least a down payment.
The only down payment I can give you, kiddo, is that I have the map and you don't. Warner! And a hand comes up from under the table holding a folding map. Bucket takes it, spreads it out on the table. You all recognize the breeder area of the Seattle elsewhere, and marked several miles to the southeast near the base of what was once Mount Rainier is an X.
Sorry.
Did I mispronounce it?
No, it's just I've been there. I've been there.
Now, this is going to be dangerous because we are going to be dealing with wild figments. They'll be unpredictable. But if we can get it out of there, and if it's still in good condition, it's going to make you a pretty good amount of scratch.
How
Sounds like
dangerous
fun to me.
and how much?
How dangerous? Oh, we're talking about the Rainier Shadowlands. How profitable? I'm looking to hire a team of hunters to go get it.
Fane is literally weighing the pros and cons at the moment. He's trying to decide whether this job is something worth taking or if it's better to take something safer and pays less.
Maeve kind of just leans. Is Crimson sitting forward or back?
Crimson's absolutely she'll probably be sitting forward for most of it, and then the minute that she hears it's dangerous, she's sitting back. Her body language changing.
Fane, make me a hunter check. I know you have
Hunter?
it.
Oh, a hunter check. Okay. Nope.
Maeve
As a
kind
one.
of just leans forward and looks at
Struggle
Fane.
token.
Yep.
Keep in mind, and I know that these are like unpredictable, but we have experience with at least one unpredictable asshole. So could be fun.
I know that my hunter check has failed because I got the one. Does anything happen from that hunter check, or is it just a nothing?
You're not pulling up anything in your brain pan on it. You get the struggle token as you rack your brain trying to figure out pros and cons and best case
Okay.
scenarios.
The map, does it show the area is still forest, like it's wooded,
Yes.
or is it just? So Diddy's gonna look at all that. They're going to gesture all the forest around there, and then like kind of gesture to themselves how they look like they're a tree. And they give everybody like a salute.
But you really want to go risk that, Diddy?
I'm sorry, pardon me for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ah.
This is the first time I've played a reasonable character that's actually thinking about, yes, danger. No, let's jump in. And this is not. God.
I gotta think of a voice for Diddy. I'm trying not to go back to Dolly.
Now Maeve is. Now I'm the one that's like, yes, let's go. Danger.
If base amount right here, it's gonna be surrounded by forest, and it's gonna be cold as balls. I've been up Mount Rainier.
So Maeve is already saying, let's go.
Well, she's like trying to convince more so. Like it could be
she's
fun.
not gonna. That's not the way you'd want to convince. I'm just saying, after knowing each other for a while, just go. So about my share of the rent. God damn it.
And Diddy is just giving you guys a bit of like peace of mind that they can navigate forest really, really well. Because I described Diddy poorly, but they're like a lemur and a koala from hell.
Oh, nice.
They're so cute.
Oh,
And they
the art is
parkour
wonderful.
through trees, so it's what they do.
Oh no, the minute Eric hears wild figment, everyone at the table just hear
Friends, 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 friends.
Oh
friends,
my
friends,
god,
Friends, friends,
it's
friends.
Criticus again.
he's not.
I also like how you can tell I'm drinking my coffee.
Also, everyone's familiars and the familiar have been introduced, but she keeps Monty in his spot until she needs him.
Sorry about that, everybody.
No, you're
10-year-old
fine.
emergency.
Oh, totally.
You're fine.
All right. Go ahead.
Sorry, because Maeve is trying to convince Fane. Fane is definitely going, there's something worse here that I need to worry about, isn't there? And so is kind of leaning into the fine, we'll do it.
And Eric being
Friends, 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 friends.
just getting louder and louder and louder and louder.
Little buddy, we are in a public place.
Where there's nobody else here.
Eric, chill. Fine. We'll help.
That sounds like you have a consensus then.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
Definitely.
So when do you want it by?
I got nothing going on. We can go now.
Great. Fane just stands up. His food has barely been touched, but he has had some.
As Bucket stands up for the table, he pulls out one of those old pre-war reusable shopping bags, unfolds it, just swipes everything off the table into the bag, slings it over his shoulder. Come on, Warner. And the rest of you see this figment come from underneath the table that I described earlier to Diddy.
Cool.
And
Let's
I
hope he
got
doesn't
room.
have any brothers. Of course he did that.
He leads you outside to a beat up old VW bus sitting out in the parking lot. Slides
Wow.
open one of the doors, tosses the food bag in. Warner climbs up to the side door and then into the passenger seat of the van. Well,
Yeah. Fane whistles for Samson. They get into the back. As far into the back as possible so that people have more room.
Maeve's gonna sit near Fane.
Samson's trying not to poke anyone's eyes out with his horns.
Samson comes up to the sliding door, literally having to fold himself into half to get in, and then backs into the very far back seat of this VW bus.
Oh, I
hands
knew
on
that
his-
was going to happen.
His hands on his knees, his elbows in his lap, and his head practically on his knees, glaring
Yeah.
at you.
Look, Fane isn't doing a lot better either.
It all, unless this has been modified, if I remember correctly, VW buses don't have seat belts.
How many rows
Only
does
the
it have?
front, only the front two seats have seat belts, not the rest.
This is an old 1970s VW bus. There aren't rows.
And there's no
Oh.
seat belts.
It's
That's-
literally the couch-like seat goes along the sides, along the back, and along the other side.
Yeah. I know I said Samson sitting in the seat. Can he just sit on the floor so he has a bit more room?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to do that.
Maeve's just sitting in a seat next to Fane.
Diddy is
Crimson?
gonna pick somebody's leg to cling to like a koala.
Ouch.
Uh,
Is all you hear from Fane is claws dig into his calf.
They're not gonna
Crimson will sit on the
hurt you.
other side of Fane across from Maeve.
And Eric?
Oh, Eric just stays on the shoulder like the
Okay.
entire time.
Alrighty. Sorry, you keep describing that. I keep thinking this 8-foot tall purple monstrosity. So,
He's tiny.
all right. So you all pile into the VW. It coughs and sputters as he turns the key, slams on the gas. You hear a whirring as he pulls the choke out, pushes it back in, and the bus starts moving.
Just for reference, while massive, neither Fane nor Samson are all that tall. Sorry, I mean all that heavy for reasons. They're
Excuse
very
me,
tall. They're
sorry.
not all that heavy. I said the wrong words.
I thought I muted. I'm so sorry.
All right. So you all travel together out of the Bellevue yonder, moving south. And it's very apparent when you leave the yonder and enter the ruins of Newcastle. And what was once a very lush, how to best describe the area, where once there were homes and stores and get corner convenience gas markets, it is now rubble, walls barely standing, some supporting each other, and is the only thing keeping them from falling down. The individuals you see here are dressed in rags, but bundled up against the weather. It is very, very evident that the individuals making their existence here are not having a good time of it. It's when, sorry, double checking my notes and my map here real quick. Yep, here we go. It's when you turn off onto what was once the 169 highway that even the ruins of the towns disappear, replaced by pretty near primordial northwestern rainforest. The trees are thick, fog moves between them. And as you continue down the roads, you continue to see what you think is movement out into the trees, but never anything that is definable. And the more you stare, the less you see. The further you travel, the thicker and thicker the forest gets. Eventually, the road turns off again to what was once Highway 165. And here, the forest has almost completely overtaken anything that was man-made. Even the road itself barely exists anymore. The traveling slows down. What's that?
Hells yeah.
The van has to slow down as you make your way around trees that have grown through the road, torn up asphalt. Even occasionally a fallen tree crossing the road where Bucket and Bane have to get out and move the tree out of the way so the van can continue forward.
Whenever Fane helps out with that, it becomes magically a little lighter.
And as you continue to travel forward, it dawns on you, how the hell did Bucket get a map to this place? It is very apparent nothing on four wheels has been through here for a very, very long time. As the sides of Mount Rainier begin to appear through the mists ahead, rising into the sky, the mists at ground level begin to thicken, blocking out your line of sight for anything more than a few feet in front of you. Diddy, you got that itch. That's raw ether. And
Diddy's ears are going to perk upright and their fur is going to frizz a little bit.
Do you dig further into someone's calf?
No, but you do feel their horns stop pressing against your leg because now they're lifting their head up in alert.
Okay. Fane is going to look to see how Samson is feeling.
Samson's got that glow on his eyes that is very, very familiar to you.
Yeah, he's also licking his. Once again, he doesn't have lips. It becomes a tongue that kind of sticks out and then goes zigzaggy around the teeth.
If he had lips instead of bone plates, he'd be licking them.
Yeah.
He's licking his maw.
he's licking his maw. He doesn't have bone. It's not bone. It looks kind of like lizard scales, but it's also not. It's very confusing. No one bothers to ask him what it is.
Um,
Crimson, even Eric is beginning to bounce on your shoulder like he's got energy to burn.
Like we've been in the car for 8 hours from one side of Washington to the other. They need to pee really bad, and there's a McDonald's.
and he's also humming some tune. It keeps switching halfway between. He can't decide which one he wants to hum.
Steamboat Willie.
That one's the easiest one. I'm imagining it because it's also now completely legal to use.
Fane, Crimson, Maeve, all you see is fog.
Fane
And
has come to trust Samson enough that he's also wanting to get out of the car.
just as you think that fog can't get any thicker, it suddenly thins and parts and begins to roll aside. As ahead of you, you see what looks like a city street, but from a different era. It's not like the ruins of the shanty towns. It's not like the rebuilt roads of the Yonders. And it's definitely nothing like the perfect streets of the Elsewheres. But it's gritty. It's dirty. And there's definitely citizens, as you see, what can only be figments, going about their daily business, going into shops, out of shops, walking the streets. Almost like a scene out of Mayberry. If the citizens of Mayberry were anthropomorphic animals and sentient plants, and thoughts come to life. Bucket stops the van, pulls over. Yeah, this has got to be the place because he jabs his finger at the map. This Toontown ain't on the map.
Let's get out of the car. Bus, whatever the hell we want to call it.
As Maeve exits the car, she has a card in her hand. She tosses it down. It's kind of like a boomerang. After a familiar is summoned, it comes back to her hand. And this 7/7 cat-like creature is summoned, and he has a bow tie and dress pants and a tiny top hat. Kind of reminiscent of Husk from Has Been Hotel, but definitely not the same.
All right. So you all exit out of the van. Bucket gets out with Warner. Well, we might have to spread out a little bit to find it.
All right. Let's split into groups of two. And when I say that, I kind of, well, if your figment is with you, keep him with you. I'll go along. Diddy, you good to come with me?
Diddy's gonna look over at Crimson and Eric with a look like they look a little concerned when they look at you two.
Crimson just kind of, I don't know him. Your choice.
Diddy is going to shuffle walk over to Fane.
Thank you. All right. Samson, you ready to go?
But
This-
Diddy does look at Crimson and like kind of points at their large ears, and then points at Crimson like, "I'll hear you."
You know us. If the show gets started, there's something going on. Maeve, I guess you're with us.
All right.
And Eric is immediately very excited to see
A
your
new
familiar.
friend.
He's just like, it's immediate.
Mate! Mate, 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 mate.
God, this is like a super excited Labrador. Good luck with
Monty
that.
kind of just laughs at that.
All right. So as you split off, Bucket goes with Werner in his own direction. And I'm going to have each group do an investigation roll.
Ooh, I don't suck at that.
So that would be 2d6 then, if we have a 1 in that category.
No,
It's
plus-
a
You
d6
roll
plus
your
1.
d6 and then
Ooh.
you add it to the number that you have.
6 plus 1,
5.
so 7.
I got a 5.
7, 5, 5,
A total of 4.
4. All right. 4, 5, and then. All right, what was it? Crimson, you got a
5,
6?
7.
5, 7.
I got a 7.
7, 5, 7. Okay, thank you. All right, starting with Diddy and Fane. Four to 5. All right. You began checking out side streets in different ways. Quite a bit of it is following gut instinct. A little bit of the size of the crowds, noticing as you go in certain directions, the population seems to grow larger. And both Samson and Diddy's itch to travel in particular directions, almost like they're honing into the source of the ether. After quite a bit of twists and turns, the three of you come to what seems to be almost like a main street. Go ahead and throw knowledge checks, the two of you.
2.
I don't know why I'm looking at my sheet. I don't have it. So it's
A
automatically
total of
0.
2?
Yep. I only have
It's a
2.
total of 3.
2 and 3. All right.
Look, Samson's the smart one in the relationship. It's a weird relationship.
Diddy, there's something about the way the buildings look, the way the vehicles look. There's something itching in your memory, but you're not quite sure what it is. But when you get to this main street, you have a row of buildings on one side that look slightly dilapidated. For a brand new Toontown, it's strange that the church on that side of the road is boarded up and the windows are boarded. And on the opposite side, the buildings look like they were just built yesterday with no sign of wear or weathering. A very odd dichotomy. You would almost say they were gleaming. And at the very far end of the road, you see a pulsing glow. And you feel the need to get closer to that pulsing glow. The other thing that you notice is there are no figments on this street. It's empty. Dave and Crimson, what do we have? We had a 5 and a 7.
Yep.
Although you headed off in a different direction than Fane and Diddy, your trip is not quite as twisting and winding as theirs were. Almost like your instinct was telling you exactly where to go. And as Fane, Samson, and Diddy come out of their side street onto the main street, you literally come out half a block ahead of them up what you thought was another major street, as you realize to one side of you is a brand new movie theater and some kind of clothing store. Both of you make knowledge checks for me as well, please.
Yes, chef.
3.
I'm rolling really well. It's a 5, so 7.
You're rolling low, but you got a 7.
No, I'm rolling well.
Oh, well, okay. Crimson, again, there's something about this is just something about the whole scenario is just not quite right in your mind, but you can't quite pick it out. Maeve, it dawns on you, this looks like Chicago or New York or any major city in the 1930s. The style of the buildings, the style of the vehicles. It's almost as if you had stepped back in time, and it dawns on you, even the way that the figments you passed are dressed. Sharp suits, fedoras. It's like you've stepped onto the movie set of an old film noir, filmed in color, muted color instead of black and white. And as that realization comes over you, very familiar smell overwhelms you as well. A smell of cheap cigars, stale beer, and old body odor. There's only one thing that you know of that emanates that odor. That's Sanford, one of Miss Laughlin's boys, one of her enforcers. And if he's close enough for you to smell him, that means Jinxie and Sebastian are somewhere nearby.
I'm going to relay that information to Crimson. And kind of just look to see if I can, I guess, essentially look in the direction that the smell is coming from and see if I can actively see them.
Oh, you know what? I gave you the wrong names. Jinxie is not the cat's name. Sebastian is the cat. It's Sanford, Shelby, and Sebastian. All right, I'm sorry, you said you're looking around?
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
It's a 4.
A 4 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know where it's coming from, but you know they're close enough for you to smell Sanford. You just can't tell where they're at.
And I can see the pearl.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, you see an area down at the end of the street where the mists are really thick and there's a glow coming from within the mist. It's a good probability that that is where the pearl is.
She's going to wave Fane's group over.
It's towards the same. It's towards the light as
Oh.
well. So I'm.
Damn. Okay, wait. Whoa, my brain.
We're about a block away.
Yeah.
But we can still get there.
And
Probably.
we're behind you guys.
Maeve's gonna start moving forward.
Towards the glow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crimson's keeping pace.
All right. So at this point, this is going to be important to know. And I need to double check something here real quick. And for all my non-American folks out there, I use imperial measurements. I apologize.
I mean, space in the metric system got us to the moon. Space in the imperial system is pew 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 da 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 da.
All right. So at this point, Bane and Diddy, you're roughly 600 feet from Maeve and Crimson.
Those 182 meters.
Thank you.
And we move by. Do we move 20? It's 20 plus 5 feet per agility, right?
Correct. So, Maeve, Crimson, as you come around the corner and begin to pass by the movie theater, out of the shadows of the doorway steps a 6-foot tall anthropomorphic crocodile, a cigar pinched in one corner of his toothy mouth, wears a yellow and brown checkered sports jacket, a mismatched brown and yellow striped tie, and a dirty brown pork pie hat with a band that matches his tie and no pants. Well, looky here what we got, boys. One of wifey's favorites. How you doing, Maeve? And that voice can only be Sanford.
Not too bad. Yourself?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
How fast can we move? Like
As
per second.
all of you see Sanford at this point.
Oh, I know. I just want to know if I'm running, how long will it take me to get there?
Well, since I haven't gotten us into combat rounds yet, what is your movement?
25. It would take me 24 rounds of combat to get 600 meters. 600 feet, I mean.
So that's what, about 2.5 minutes? Going by
Okay.
6 combat round, we'll say.
All right. That's what I wanted to know. So 2.5 minutes.
Not too bad. What you doing here? It takes the cigar out and taps some ash on the ground.
Just thought I'd look around.
Bit far from the casino floor, aren't you?
Well, that's not my whole life. I just like to spend some time there.
Right. Wouldn't be here looking for, see that shiny bauble down at the end of the street?
No. The glow is interesting though.
Well, that's good. That's good because wifey, she wants it. We wouldn't want to make the wife upset about losing a prize jewel like that, now would we?
Certainly
Ain't that
not.
right, Shelby? And as he says this, stepping from around the ticket booth of the theater comes a 3 foot tall anthropomorphic tortoise covered in battle scars, moving very slowly. No, no, mm-mm. Wouldn't want to disappoint wifey now. No, no. Maeve, as a regular of the casino, you know that Shelby is a veteran of the Toon Wars. And while he might look harmless, there's a reason why he's one of Miss Laughlin's enforcers. So, tell you what, Maeve, why don't you take your friends here and turn yourselves back around and go back to the casino, have a drink on the house. Let us deal with this.
Fortunately, no can do.
Yeah, afraid you were going to say that. So,
I'd love to make a deal, but work's work.
we can always make a deal ourselves.
And what would that be?
Well, why don't we start off with what it would take for you to just turn around and go away?
There is suddenly a panting Fane standing nearby. I
Oh, hey,
timed
it took
it.
you long
That was
enough.
2 minutes and 30 seconds. I timed it. So Fane and Samson are both there. They both seem a little out of breath.
Diddy, are you still a block away, or did you go running up with Fane?
Diddy lagged behind
Okay.
and kind of ducked to the sides. So it's a little harder to see them. Just trying not to be seen in the light.
Hey guys, it's been a while.
I see you brought your pet hunter with you, too.
Hey,
Samson finally starts speaking up.
he takes quite a lot of offense to that. He's my pet. Don't get it twisted.
Samson,
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you for
kind of just
standing
here
up
for
for
the
me
party.
this weird way.
Crimson, what are you doing?
Do I recognize these guys from this casino?
Yep, you definitely recognize Sanford and Shelby. And if they're here, Sebastian is probably somewhere nearby as well. You know what? Go ahead and make me, we'll call it a history check. Any of the four of you would like to do so.
I don't have history.
That means it's a 0.
A history check?
2.
Where's history on here?
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
Was it history?
No.
Oh, sorry, knowledge.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
6.
Still a 2.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's an 8.
That's a 5.
Wait, yeah. 6
Wow.
plus 2.
Okay.
So 2, 5, 6, and 8.
2, no information. 5 and 6. 5 and 6, yeah. You know, Sebastian walks the floor for Miss Laughlin. Shelby is one of the bouncers at the casino and is one of Miss Laughlin's enforcers when she needs people to pay up. And Sanford gives the air of a used car salesman looking for a lot. No one is entirely sure why Miss Laughlin keeps Sanford around. And 8, Maeve. The reason that the Lucky Strike is in yonder rather than elsewhere is because Miss Laughlin has violated one of Elsewhere's biggest laws. She's married to Sanford, Sebastian, and Shelby.
Good for her.
A
Yes,
freak,
let's go.
Nice
A freak.
polyamorous relationship.
a freak who married her familiars.
A little polycule.
Yeah, good for her. But also, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
So you brought some backup, did you? Well then, I guess we got to do this the hard way.
Cool. Samson, make him bow.
We're going to go into initiative. The way initiative is done is it is a dice 6 plus your combat.
Oh. That's a 4.
6.
2. The one time I rolled a 1.
Struggle die.
Oh no.
Is that a struggle die or no?
That's a natural one is a struggle die.
Would it still be 2 for initiative?
Nope. It's a 1.
Okay. Well, then 1. I
All
get
right.
a little token. Yay.
And I rolled a total of 7. I should not be going for.
We Uno reversed that.
I am not made for combat.
Neither is Grace.
All right. I'm sorry. So
Backwards.
Judy was a 7. Fane is what?
4.
And Crimson?
6.
All right. And your familiars go on your initiative. And the way that they will work is if you wish to control your familiar's action, you'll have to spend a spoon to do so. And if you're using one of their powers or moves, it's the spoon cost is 1 plus any effects that they have. So it's going depending on what you're doing, it'd be between 1 and 4. Because I don't think any of you have more than 3 effects on any of your moves or powers.
No. What does the special power cost?
1.
Okay.
Unless you have it tied to a move or whatever, in which case it's the cost of the move.
Okay. Is the special power usable if reliability is womp womp? AKA 0?
Yes, because
Okay, cool.
yeah, remember reliability was the number of moves and so forth.
Yeah.
Every familiar still has their special power.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, and then for the boys here.
Really, Diddy is built for hiding.
Yeah, I mean, so is.
Oh my god, I made a row.
Crimson, what's your combat modifier?
1.
Oh no, I packed my dice jail. I was thinking.
Oh.
Actually, no. For this game, 1s are fine.
I can't trust my.
I
physical
usually do a
dice.
3 strikes, you're out. And by you're out, I mean in jail. But Ones aren't that bad.
Yeah, in this game, ones, even if you fail, you get a benefit.
Yep.
Mhm.
Failure
Okay,
is not completely a
so-
bad thing.
So the first one to be able to do anything is Diddy.
Shit. Okay. So, Diddy is a creature that likes to hide in the shadows. They're a dark-based creature.
Yeah.
Um, how how far am I from this? My attack doesn't have a range on it.
What type of what's the move?
The missile attack that I have.
Missile. All right.
Yeah.
Missile attacks. Or missile moves. Come on, up, 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 up. It's maneuver, tactical, traps, missile. Well, here's the restriction on your missile combat. Your range is at least 20 feet away.
Yes.
So yeah, what that means is if they're with 1 to 19 feet away, you can't use it. If they're 20 feet or more away, you can't.
I like behind Fane Samson to kind of tuck into the side streets.
Okay.
I want to move closer so I can lob this power ball at them to try and knock the turtle and the crocodile out.
All right.
Emphasis
So
on try.
okay, so you're trying to use your missile attack.
Yes.
Okay. So you need to be your move is at least 20 feet, right?
My movement is 25.
25. So you could do your move, be 20 to 25 feet away, and then use your missile attack.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, those. Oh, God. I just saw the cost. Yeah.
And what reacts to missiles?
Strike is one of the things that reacts to missiles.
And missiles react to sprays. Shots react to missiles. Okay. And you're trying to hit the alligator, correct?
I think I'm going to aim for the tortoise because it sounds like he's the most dangerous of the two.
Okay.
Because this is essentially a AOE of sleep spell, but in tar form.
Got it. So as you launch your missile at your glove of darkness at the tortoise, he spins, his shell opens, out comes a sniper rifle, and he shoots at you.
Shit!
You picked the one that had shot. So
This is fine. But hey, now we know.
yep. So go ahead and roll your dice 6, and he is rolling his you're rolling for your missile. He's rolling for his shot.
Okay. I shouldn't have used these D6s. I shouldn't have used this D6. Oh no. I rolled a 3.
And he rolled a 4. So your glob goes wide as he spins around and fires a shot off at you. By the way, that ability is called No Scope 180.
Fucker.
All right. So with a 4, that's a single success. So you take a spoon. Hold on a moment. This could be bad for you.
Um,
Oh,
oh no.
oh, and you're a figment too. Okay.
Am I poofed? Am I...
That all depends on where this round hit you.
Oh.
Oh, Diddy, I'm so sorry.
Uh-oh.
The round
Oh my
catches you
goodness.
dead center. And as a figment, a shattered torso causes you to instantly drop to 0.
Oh,
Well, actually, the good news is
Can
it just
I react
Diddy
to that
goes,
shot?
I was gonna say,
Diddy's not dead. Diddy's a figment.
Yeah, but Diddy
Yeah.
disappears.
yeah.
can I?
So Diddy is done.
I
I'm
knew
so,
it was gonna happen.
I am so sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, on the other side, if that hadn't shattered your chest, you were going to be losing 1 spoon per turn until you received medical help. So,
That's okay.
all right. So Diddy is down. Diddy went poof.
Oh, wait. Can I use a token to react to react without spending my turn?
Yes. You're going to spend
Cool.
your
I'm going to spend my turn to try and protect Diddy. And
How
considering
you-
I'm within 20 feet of that shot, which is a long range attack, I can react with strike, which is a close combat move.
Yes, you can.
I just went through all that. All right. So I'm going to spend that struggle token,
All right.
and I'm going to waste 4 spoons on that move, which is Ripper.
Okay. Roll it. And this is coming from Samson.
This is coming from Samson.
Okay, so you'll roll the dice 6 and add Samson's power.
Cool. So he got a 6, and we got a 4. Oh. Well, I got a 7.
All right, so a total of a 7.
Yep.
All right. So with a 7, you got a double success.
Excellent.
Now, your intention was to prevent Diddy from taking damage. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So as this battle starts off, Diddy lobs a ball of darkness at Shelby. Shelby spins and fires off the sniper rifle at Diddy in response. Samson steps in. What does Ripper look like?
Normally, Ripper normally looks like running over to someone and ripping off a limb.
Well, since you don't do you
For
have
something
shadow?
like this, it's more like it's not a shatter move. It is no, it is a shatter move.
It
It's
is a
shatter,
shadow.
powerful, and relentless. So instead of shattering a limb, I guess he'd have to shatter the air, literally rip through the air to
Yeah,
cause the bullet to no longer go anywhere.
I feel
that
like
was what
it's,
you said, powerful and relentless.
Yeah.
I feel like it's either like a mantis shrimp, how they punch, or it's like that other shrimp that causes a shockwave when it pinches.
Yeah, but think of it kind of like someone dragging their claw, just sticking their claws with enough force into the air that it creates
All right.
like cracks in the air and then just slices through it.
I need to double check something on both powerful and relentless. Roll another dice 6 for powerful.
That makes it 9.
No, I just need to know what the number is.
With power or
No, just the number that you rolled.
5.
5. Okay. Okay. So the relentless won't play in because this was not against an attack against Jew. It was an attack against Diddy. But the powerful does. That's the extra dice 6, which is added to the total damage you did, which was a base 2. So you did technically 7 points of damage.
Okay.
As your intent was to prevent Diddy from taking damage, the way that I am ruling this is as Samson strikes out, you get that shock wave of air from the strike that deflects the round away from Diddy, causing it to miss by quite a bit. And Shelby takes the remaining 6 points of damage directly to his spoons. So you see him literally bounce back from your blow.
Does shatter affect that at all?
And that's kind of what I'm describing for the shatter. You kind of shattered the round.
Okay, good. That's what I
Yeah. So, ooh, that's the first segment of combat, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to remove 4 spoons now.
Yeah. Normally be Shelby's turn, but he used his reaction to fire. So now we move to Sanford. All right. Maybe you said that. I'm sorry. What is it? Monty? Monty is out.
Yep.
All right. So Sanford turns towards you and Monty, Maeve. Well, I guess that means it's lunchtime as he opens his jaws really, really wide and inhales. This is a strike against Monty.
No.
So you'll roll a dice 6 and add Monty's power.
Okay. Oh. That's 11.
Well, Sanford
Rolled a
rolled
6 and his power's 5.
So yeah, no, Monty holds off against that vacuum attack like it's a fresh summer breeze.
Yeah, he would laugh at it. He'd cross his arms and laugh.
I
Sanford
only
rolled
slightly
a
wish you got a
natural
10. I only slightly wish you got a 10 because I really wanted you to have an anime success versus a godlike success.
Oh, that was
'Cause I'm really-
godlike.
Yes, that was
Yes.
godlike.
Damn.
Godlike
man,
success
theme
against
starts
a
playing.
natural fail there. All right. Crimson, it's your turn.
An anime success would have been funny.
Yeah, she immediately goes, "All right, let's start this show." And I'm not gonna sing it because I'm not gonna. I don't want to get in trouble. But she says, "Yeah, gravity doesn't mean too much to me," and fires her, and Eric will fire a shot off.
Okay. Spend the spoons.
Yeah,
And who's the shot at?
Probably Shelby. You said attacked Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shelby was the one that shot. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be Shelby.
All righty. So roll your dice 6, add your power.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, that's 3 up. Yep, you succeed by.
And I know the second effect doesn't do anything right now because it's cooperative, but the first effect is relentless.
Also, he can't react to that because he already spent his turn to react to it.
Yeah.
To something else. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's not reacting. So, yeah. So that's 8. Okay. Shelby is looking worse for the wear, most definitely.
And how many spoons do I lose?
What was it? It should have a spoon cost on that. It just had one effect.
Yep.
So two.
Technically it has 2, but the second is useless.
Okay, so it's still 3 spoons though.
Okay.
Yep. It's the cost for the move, and then each effect is an additional spoon.
All right.
Yeah, I put the cost total in mine just to remember that.
All right, Bane.
Yeah. Well, Samson really just got to show off. And Fane doesn't like really being outdone by his figment. So he's going to. This is a question. I know combat would be affected if Fane just jumps in to go and punch a crocodile in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have an asset that would add to it. Do I roll with the asset or do I roll with the skill?
It's either or.
Okay. Cool. Then he's going to use his asset fighter. And that's an 8.
So, and you were going after Sanford?
Yeah. He's talking and he seems annoying, and I don't like. Yeah, I could take out the turtle, but
Okay. You managed to get through his defenses, and you did 1 spoon to him.
okay. It's disappointing.
He rolled well.
No, it's not. Okay. He rolled well?
Yeah, because you're rolling opposing dice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're rolling your combat against basically his defense, which as a figment is his power.
Okay. Oh, okay. Cool.
But you rolled high enough that you got 1 success on him.
Nice.
Okay. Sebastian. Oh, that's me. Sebastian.
Oh, wait, I didn't control my familiar. Does he do something on his own?
No, because your familiar reacted to
No, I spent a token so that he would react without me.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. So then, yes, if you're not going to spend the spoon to control him,
Yep.
roll a dice 6 to see what he does.
He stretches.
Okay. So Samson just stretches his muscles out, does the fist gun shoulder pop.
He's been in a Volkswagen bus scrunched up for probably 2 hours.
And he just literally did a massive thing. Oh wait, that was a natural 1. Does that mean
No,
struggle? No, that's because different thing. Right.
That's not a trying to do. That's seeing what your familiar actually does.
Yes.
All right.
I will be right back. I'm still here,
And
but I'm
somewhere in the
looking for
shadow, the cat says no. So that brings us to Maeve.
All right. And it only costs 1 spoon to use the special move, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, we're gonna go with that. So, is it Stanford or Sanford?
Sanford.
Okay. Hey, Monty? Put him in his place, if you will.
What is Monty doing?
He essentially has this like chain whip, sort of, and he essentially swings it. It's an electricity whip.
Okay. So he's making an attack with the electricity whip. So he rolls his dice 6 plus his power.
Okay. That's a 10.
Jeez.
His power's 5, and I rolled a 5.
All right. Yeah, nope. I definitely got through his defenses. And that's an anime success. So as this whip strikes into our anthropomorphic crocodile, what do we see? Be as anime as you want.
Sorry, my cat's blocking my screen. Um, like it's like an impact screen as the electricity whip hits him, and like 3 frames of different stupid faces from this crocodile as he is electrocuted,
I love it.
and
So-
Monty and Maeve standing back to back, except Maeve's back is like, it's not against his back.
All right. So as this happens, Sanford does the cartoon T pose with arms straight out, legs straight out, tail straight down, as all you see is his outline and then the shadow of his skeleton. And then, poof, there is a foul odor of cigar smoke, body odor, and stale beer as Sanford is off the playing field.
I got an anime success when you weren't here.
Oh, I noted. I heard everything. I
Okay.
didn't-
I
Yes.
feel like that
Also-
entire thing.
The asterisk was foretold in our legends.
I feel like that entire thing was paired with I don't know the actor's name, but from Home Alone 2, where he's being electrocuted at the sink. Just that horrifying scream.
Oh,
Just like a little anime, like casual fist bump after absolutely annihilating someone.
all right. So we're back to the top of the order to Diddy.
Oh shit. Um, oh yeah. Yeah. Diddy's just gonna hide.
All right. Diddy is stealthing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do your stealth roll for me so I know what the DC is to find you.
That is, hold on, I actually do have, do I have stuff?
Sorry, I just read slowly monogamizing the wife.
In total, that is 6. Because I have some stats in stealth.
Well, you would be correct, Bison, if it wasn't for the fact that when familiars go to 0, they go back into the quiver of their their freak. So just send
Or
him
like,
home.
honey, I just got laid off from the mill.
Honey, I'm home.
Honey, you're never gonna guess what happened.
All
Oh,
right.
is the casino gonna be weird now?
Oh man.
Shelby.
Yes.
Might not be able to go back.
And we live there.
Oh
Yeah, I
shit.
don't think you'll be able to.
Well, you know what?
Something about the word myth just gets me.
Shelby stands there stunned, staring blankly into space. Crimson. Crimson.
Sands. Sands, it's your turn.
Oh no. Ah. Yeah. She's gonna do another one. I know it's called Miss Jackson, but
Hey Siri, play Miss Jackson.
Siri, hey Siri, don't.
I
I
didn't get
already
to do
have
it
my
today.
chem
Sorry,
playing in the
guys.
background. But yeah, she'll use a lyric from Miss Jackson and fire off a missile.
It should be I'm for real. I
It's
thought
actually,
of that so funny to me.
I'm sorry,
Actually,
Crimson.
lyric from it?
Firing off a missile?
Yep. And that's one spoon. There's no effect.
Okay, just a missile attack at Shelby.
Yeah.
All right, dice 6 plus power.
5, 6, 7, 8.
You beat him, so you do one success. And as this missile strikes Shelby, his head and legs and feet withdraw into the shell, and he spins in a circle from the force of the blow until there's just a popping sound as Shelby is no longer on the playing field.
Is it an action to talk?
No,
Hey, Fane, I don't think we need to worry about rent.
Fane?
God damn it. Yes, it's Fane.
and as you mention rent, a familiar 3-foot tall anthropomorphic black cat steps out of the shadows,
Not the kitty.
dressed in his tuxedo, walking on his gentleman's cane. Maeve, my dear, I don't think rent is going to be your problem at the moment. As he lifts his cane, points it across the street at the abandoned church. And as he does so, the boarded up doors burst outwards.
I
Out
will say they started it.
out of the church strides a very buff, muscular looking figure wearing a tattered, threadbare business suit, unbuttoned at the collar, his tie worn loosely. His face is blank except for the wide, wicked grin that crosses it and the large, flaming eyes. from the brow of his nose, the bridge of his nose, up over the top of his head, disappearing to his man ponytail in the back, is a seam that seems to be coming apart by the threads. Standing next to him is a woman who could best be described as if Jessica Rabbit and Miss Secretary from Powerpuff Girls had a daughter.
Huge personality.
We never see her face.
Oh.
Her long auburn hair curls down around her heart-shaped face, draping over her shoulders, one lock coyly covering one of her two green eyes. Her heart-shaped lips purse as she looks at you. Her strapless red gown seems to glitter in the light like so many droplets of blood flowing down to the ground to her matching high heel shoes. The muscular individual looks at you. Well then, look what we have here, Scarlet. It's our old friend Crimson. As Crimson, the voice sends shivers down your spine as you hear the voice of Foe. And we're going to cut the scene there.
Yeah.
You know this guy?
I know this guy.
She's terrified. She can't even talk.
And with that, I would like to thank chat. You've all been very active tonight. I have to go back and read the chat logs now because I missed a lot. But we've seen you all out there. If you're still out there, MC Griffin, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you coming in and seeing what we've done with your creation. And once again, I would like to thank Sans, Hellhounds, Scarred Adventurer, and Tooth for joining us in this adventure and our experiment into the imagination. And Mudkip, thank you so much for being our producer tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And as we close our curtains on this, I would like to remind all of you out there to please stay safe, stay well, and be kind to each other.
Night,
Night.
y'all.
Good night.
Have a good night.